Down here on the 1000 block of Main Street in Dubuque, Iowa, there's all kinds of great restaurants you can try. But if you're looking for something with a little more kick, you should try Salsa's Mexican Restaurant. We're here inside Salsa's Mexican Restaurant with Emiliano, the owner of this fine establishment. Emiliano, we have so much great food in front of us. I can't wait to dive into it, but first, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? So tell me about how you ended up owning this restaurant.
Well, I was born in Guatemala, raised in Los Angeles.
You coming from LA?
LA, yes.
Jeez.
For the weather. For the weather. And we've been here 14 years at this establishment. I've been in Wisconsin and Minneapolis with other restaurants. Learned how to work this specific way of cooking. Mm-hmm. And then I told myself, I can do this. All I need is good credit, money. I'm already handsome. Well, at least more handsome than my last owner, or not owner, but my boss. Mm-hmm. So basically, I decided, well, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna stay in Dubuque. I love Dubuque. Mm-hmm. I love the town. And I'm glad I can have my kids being raised here in Dubuque.
Right.
Yep. So I've been here 14 years.
No, that's great. Hold on. I know I'm diving right in here.
Go right ahead.
Yeah. I've got three things in front of me. What am I eating here?
Well, we have a little bit of everything here as far as appetizers.
Yeah.
We got some
queso,
cheese dip, Mexican cheese, and then we have the salsa. We have the guacamole. We have We have two main entrees here. And then we have an appetizer, but
yeah, tell me. So an appetizer, you can have a quesadilla with anything, right?
Quesadilla can be an appetizer. You can share it, or it can be your main dish as well.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a hefty. A lot of chicken packed in there.
A lot of chicken, a lot of cheese. Very good.
So tell me a little bit about, how did you end up here on Main Street?
Well, like anybody, we were kind of looking for a spot. We were looking for a place. I remember growing up, I used to say, when I grow up, I'm gonna own a brick house. I'm gonna buy a brick house. I'm gonna have this particular vehicle when I grow up. Well, I love all the buildings that are in Dubuque. They're old. They have a lot of history in them.
A lot of character.
A lot of character. You can do a lot. And what we did is we actually renovated the whole restaurant. So we gutted everything.
Everything?
Literally everything.
Down to the studs? And
down to the nails. We found some 100-year-old nails and stuff like that. So it was really interesting doing all of that. And I'm glad we did, because it was a nice facelift to the restaurant.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And you said we got some flautas over here. Tell me about... what are flautas?
Chicken flautas are basically they're deep fried flour tortilla, and they're called flautas because you can see they're long and kind of skinny, so it represents a flute, and that's what it is. It's called a flauta, and that's why they name it that way.
That's interesting.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm a sucker for deep fried anything, so. This is really good. It's still soft because of being fried, but then it's got a little crunches here and there too.
Yep.
And just great chicken, and I'm just gonna dip it right.
Go right ahead.
Go right in there in that big old sour cream. What's it like? What's this part of town like? This Upper Main Street-ish area, this 1000 block. It's kind of progressed. It's changed a little bit over since you've owned it, at least.
It has changed a lot. I remember 15 years ago, around 3 o'clock in the downtown area, you would hardly see anybody walking. When we came here, a lot of these old buildings, the apartments, nobody was living in them. So I'm glad to say that I was one of the first tenants to come to this specific location.
You're an early adopter.
And then everybody else after that, they came and opened their businesses. After we renovated, well, not me specific, but a company came and renovated a lot of all these buildings.
So, Grown in Restoration, right?
Grown in Restorations, yes. And
That's
they
great.
do marvelous work. Yep.
Yeah. A lot. It's been taken, I mean, a fairly unused part of town, this section, and it's been built up, and it's got shops, it's got, you know, restaurants, it's got a couple of, you know, drinking establishments. Right. It's, you know, really grown into its own in the past.
It's got a little bit of everything. Downtown's got, you got Italian food, you got Chinese food, you got Mexican food, you got American food. So there is quite a little bit of a variety. Because I believe the Dubuque people, they're restaurant goers, and that's a good thing for us owners, right?
Right.
So it's got a little bit of everything here in the downtown area.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Dubuque loves its food, and I can certainly attest to that. I mean, I'm just happy. I can't wait to dive in. So what do we?
That will be fajita.
Fajitas.
Fajitas.
They're piping hot. They're sizzling. They smell great. And they sound amazing. I can't wait to dive in. Tell me a little bit about, you know, Dubuque's taste. I mean, some people, I've heard, you know, people say that, you know, Dubuque has kind of fickle taste, you know, nothing too spicy, nothing. Have you adjusted your, you know, your recipes over the years to kind of change it up at all?
Well, we all of our dishes are mild, and obviously, if you want it spicy, you know, we have everything that we need, and then we can spice it up for you in the kitchen. But we tend to keep it like that because, you know, it's not added. But when people talk about Mexican food, right away they think about, oh, it's going to be spicy. Well, it's going to have a lot of spices, but it's not going to be like hot spicy. So that's why we keep it that way. And also, me coming from Guatemala, we don't put the spice, the hot or the spicy in the food. We put it on the side. So if you like it spicy, it's right there on the side for you.
Just add it in as you need to.
In Mexico, there is a lot of dishes that it comes already on the food.
Right.
So maybe that's why a lot of people, they think Mexican food, Mexican rice, oh, it's going to be spicy. No, not in the United States.
Before I let you go, I got to ask, your salsas. Tell me about your salsa. It's a little bit, I mean, more of a, I mean, would you say a picante? I mean, or, I mean, it's not a thick, chunky salsa. It's a little bit more, I don't know. How would you describe it?
This is our main salsa that we use for the chips and that we bring to the customer. As you know, there's a lot of different salsas out there. Some, they're really chunky, and ours is not. So where I used to work many years ago, it was the same salsa, but we just added a little bit of different ingredients, but we kept it like that. I mean, it's not runny, but you know, we kept it like that because it has worked for us for all these years, and we don't want to change it. So, and we make it here, obviously. We make everything is fresh. The chips, the salsa, the cheese dip, everything is made. It's not from a can or anything like that. Nope.
Everything here has just been absolutely wonderful, full of flavor and just beautiful, rich colors and textures. It's all really great. Emiliano, thanks so much for having us in.
Thank you. Thank you. Come back tomorrow.
I'm sure I will.
Okay.